Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Scorpio January 2020 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is, as far as January goes, the sun will be in Capricorn from the 1st until the 20th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on communications, the rational mind, rational thinking, short journeys, siblings, cousins, neighbors, your early education. It could be people that were prominent in your early education and assimilating information. Now, at this time as well, I mean, given that this is Capricorn energy, a lot of this may be done very conservatively, a very orthodox manner. If It could be a lot of a focus on very serious communications, ones that are about responsibilities. But again, this energy may be done with a lot of seriousness, a lot of a lot of, you could say, very, very conventionally done in a way where, I mean, if you're like assimilating information at this time, you may be using just a lot which you believe are just very true and tried methods at this time. And also, too, this could be the focus or on Capricorn sibling or cousin or neighbor. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. And again, a lot of this energy may be done not just with a lot of seriousness, a lot of intransigence, a lot of really just conventionality, a lot of but also too in a way which is very perhaps a lot of very methodically as well, given that this is Capricorn energy, and again with a lot of conventionality and very systematic, organized manner. So anyway, next thing up, as far as January goes, the sun will be in Aquarius from the 20th until the 31st. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, there could be a strong focus, concentration of energy and attention on the home, the family life, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother, people you're close to home with, emotional security, one's ancestry roots, traditions, foundations at this time, and even emotions. And given, since we're talking about, I mean, also who you are at the core and that latter and or end part of life. Now, given that this is Aquarius energy, this may be done with a lot of selflessness, a lot of consideration, and also maybe there are a lot of unorthodox energy. It could be done with a lot of innovation. If you're focusing on something, or just if you're focusing on the home right now, or it could be doing getting things for the home that are that are innovative at this time. And also it could be something where this could be a lot of focus on some kind of on getting things that are very high tech for one's home, state of the art electronic computerized security systems, or something of that nature at this time. It could be a focus on expressing ingenuity in one's home life, and really with those you're close to home with at this time, or a focus on very unusual or unique traditions at this time as well. And the thing about this too is this could shine the light, so to speak, on some Aquarius qualities or characteristics you may have at the core, such as being very unique, innovative, eclectic, unorthodox, unconventional, considerate, very selfless, humanitarian, innovative, anything that could be Aquarius related at this time. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th. So the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, Well, when you're talking about like lunar eclipses, eclipses in astrology, I mean, they could often be very serendipitous. This could be a time where something that may start out perhaps as something negative or adverse may actually manifest into something that may be positive. I mean, this could be an example where maybe someone ninth house related. It could be some kind of, you know, could be an in-law, could be a grandchild, it could be somebody that was prominent that you knew at some religious congregation or college, university, a foreigner. It could be somebody that you might have showed a lot of nurturing and love and care for. May, for example, could leave at this time or depart, and there could be an ending or culmination with this person, but at the same time, that could give you the opportunity to perhaps nurture perhaps your own ninth house needs, whether it's things of a religious nature or your higher education, or really doing things as far as anything ninth house related, or showing tenacity in something ninth house related. Could free up your time to do that, showing tenacious energy in some kind of religious matter or something with higher education at this time, or even long distance traveling. Now, in some cases too, this could just be like the ending or completion or culmination of some kind of, it could be of a publishing matter. It could be something connected with higher education that comes to an end at this time. It could be learning something like something Cancerian related, such as something with cooking or culinary learning, or something connected with the home, such as home renovation, remodeling, repair, real estate. It could have been something that you might have tenaciously pursued for some time. And this could be something that could be very life altering at this time as well. When you're talking about full moon lunar eclipses in astrology, they're like full moons, but they are more amplified and intensified and can have life altering implications, ones that could be more sustained. It could be something too in some cases. I mean, you're talking about full moons in astrology, and when there are lunar eclipses, they're more amplified, more intensified. This could be a time where one becomes tired, exasperated, or even full, so to speak, and overly temperamental, moody, over emotional, super sensitive to criticism, ridicule. A person that might have been overly introverted, that may be an in-law, a grandchild, a person that might have been prominent at some college, university, or religious congregation you may have known, or even a foreigner. It could be a time where you really let out a lot of emotions in connection with this, and really letting them know how you feel, and especially being like in Cancer, really letting them know how you feel. And it could be something that, you know, for a person that you may have known for a very protracted period, and it may, something like this could indicate an ending, given that being tired, exasperated, and very full of something, so to speak. So those are some ways this could manifest and pan out. And it could also be really about a very strong revelation at this time. It could be a revelation that you could, like a self-revelation, becoming cognizant of something, where you might become very cognizant that you can maybe work tenaciously on expanding horizons at this time, or maybe even do something that's connected with publishing, that's Cancerian related, such as something that could be connected with home or remodeling, renovation, something with history, something that's nostalgic, connected with the past, anything that could be Cancerian related. And it could be something that could be a monumental turn in your life, which might pay very huge dividends. So those are some ways this can manifest and pan out. Next thing up, there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius on January 24th. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this can manifest in a number of ways. Some of you may be welcoming in a new Aquarius sun slash moon family member at this time, or it could be somebody that you could be close to home with. Now, if it's someone you're close to home with and you're embarking on a new connection with that person, it could be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. It could be the start of doing something Aquarius-like out of the home, such as something with the esoteric like astrology, or even something with astronomy, aerospace, innovation, something with computers, electronics. You could be troubleshooting computers as another example. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, it could also be a time too where maybe you start to express some Aquarius-like qualities you may have at the core, such as being rather innovative or unorthodox, eclectic, being selfless, showing more consideration, showing humanitarian instincts at this time, and being very progressive and future oriented. It could be a time too where you start beginning to look at your future as far as that latter or end part of your life may go, and especially if you are not in it at this time, this could be that time when could be very forward moving as far as this goes, or it could even be something where you get something very high tech as far as your own safety and security goes, such as something like a very advanced high tech electronic computerized home security system at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Mercury will be in Capricorn as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 16th. So at this time, the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself communicating more about responsibilities with siblings, cousins, neighbors. It could be very conversations that are regarding your business or career related matters with third house people at this time. Your mind may be sticking more with the true and the tried, thinking more conservatively about third house matters. It could be something with, like, say, something associated with short journeys like your car or some vehicle you may own, and sticking with maybe true and tried methods if you're trying to figure something out with them, if you're doing troubleshooting, as opposed to more higher tech innovative techniques or methods. But this could also be a time too where you might find yourself communicating or guard. I want to say you need to guard against being overly melancholy and despondent at this time, especially since the third house is what's being emphasized and highlighted. You're talking about Mercury, the planet of communication, in the third house, which is associated with rational thinking. So you get the idea. Now, this could also be a time too where, again, Mercury, as I've stated in previous videos, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn traits at this time that might figure more prominently in your short journeys, your local transportation, matters with neighbors, with your cousins at this time, assimilating information. And it could also be about assimilating information this time. You might be doing so in a very tried and true method, in very methodical, systematic fashion at this time, since we are talking about Capricorn energy and the third house. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 16th until the 31st. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself involved in very innovative, talking about innovations, new ideas, new concepts, computers, electronics with home, family members, people you're close to home with. You might be you're really in conversations, you might be more considerate, more so than usual, with fourth house people. And you might be talking about, as far as your future goes, in terms of emotional security, in terms of safety issues at this time as well. And also at this time, you might find yourself really just trying to think really outside the box, really, so to speak, as far as your home life goes, and even communicating about Aquarius-like traditions. They could be connected with computers or electronics. It could be connected with things that are innovative, such as going to some kind of new, technology or computer expo. It could be something that has like new ideas, or going to science fairs where they might be showing some things that are innovative and that are that might have to do with new products that are scientific. Anything that could be Aquarius related, and also communicating about Aquarius qualities you may have at the core, such as being unusual or unorthodox, innovative, eclectic, selfless, being very considerate, and anything that could be Aquarius related. And as I've stated before, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aquarius-like characteristics. It could be that they could be figuring prominently in your home, your family life, people you're close to home with, your emotional security. It could be in matters with that latter or end part of your life, and whether they're more beneficial or more to your detriment. A lot of this could be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. Say a positive sextile trine to your natal Jupiter, they may be more auspicious in those matters, but let's say an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might be a little bit more to your detriment in those matters, and maybe causing some sorrow or some loss or some kind of dejection or restrictions in those matters. So anyway, next thing up, well, Venus will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 13th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So if you're unattached at this time, Scorpio, you may connect with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. That might be somebody that you might feel close to home with. It might play an integral role in that latter or end part of your life. It could be somebody that figures prominently in your own emotional security. This could also be a time too where you value more freedom and independence and home-related matters at this time, or even enjoying some Aquarius qualities you may have at the core, such as being innovative, unorthodox, unconventional, eclectic, being somebody that's being considerate, progressive, and future-minded. So those are some ways this could manifest and pan out. Could also be about the enjoyment of Aquarius-like things with people you're close to home with, home family members, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. And it could be things connected with computers, electronics, innovation, astrology, aerospace, astronomy, anything that could be Aquarius related. Could even be model rockets. I mean, that could be connected with Aquarius, I believe. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. Now, last but not least, Venus will be in Pisces as far as January goes, from the 13th until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, you might find yourself at this time, Scorpio, where if you're unattached, you may connect with a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Pisces traits. It might be for a superficial liaison, or even a very strong love romantic encounter at this time, or situation or interlude. This could be a time too where you may value more compassion, altruism, self-sacrifice with matters with children, with lovers at this time, but it could also be about the enjoyment of things that are hypothetical. I mean, it could be about the enjoyment of hypothetical sports, if you're a sports fanatic especially, such as going like whatifsports.com and playing simulated sports matchups between teams of the past. Now, this could also be in some cases about unrealistic spending on things that are connected with of a speculative nature, or investments, or even gambling at this time. So just be wary and guarded as far as that goes. Scorpio. So those are some ways that this can manifest and pan out. And it could also be at this time the enjoyment really of Pisces related things with fifth house people, such as the metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, even dancing, anything that could be Pisces related. And you might have feeling like being very idealistic regarding in terms of trying to improve your personal popularity at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Scorpio January 2020 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Scorpio January 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.